the way things began. All life is holy and good. The grass on the hills and things like that. This is not the tale of a great hunter or a great warrior, but it's something that I can look back on now from a lonely hilltop. I'm summarizing this first page or so. I know it was the story of a mighty vision. It's the story of a vision. This is a religious book. I'm okay to read it in this class. That's why I am reading it. Given to a man too weak to use it. Now, my big critic fella is gone here, so we can't argue in these points today. But you see, he has a different attitude. He doesn't blame the society so much. Who does he blame? Himself. He said, I was given the vision, but I was too weak to save my people with it. He doesn't say, oh, I blame Washington, D.C., Custer. Oh, we all know those people are blameworthy in some way. But, you know, it isn't just all bitterness that comes through here. There is bitterness, but the bitterness is of a different kind, which is, again, my worry about some of these other expressions of bitterness. We all may be, hey, I got people in my own family who are bitter over certain things that happen to them in life. Almost every family, I'm sure you got people in your family, whatever your family is, that are bitter about something. There's bitter people. Life makes bitter people all the time. That doesn't really do the next generation a lot of good to pass on bitterness all the time. It's sometimes good to pass on a little, you know, uplift. Black Elk does pass on uplift, even though he's been through the most horrendous times, but also he blames himself. He said, I failed. I failed. I didn't fail because of anything that was stacked against me as such. I just wasn't strong enough to deal with the vision I was given. I was given a splendid vision that could have saved my people, and I was not strong enough to know how to use it. Now, that's a very sad thing for an old man to say. But you see, in a way, through this book, he hasn't failed. Because maybe he knew, as he said, that this man was coming and was going to save his vision so that we could see his vision for him. And that's what he's done in some way. Now, Neihart maybe have helped him. Maybe Blackheart knew that Neihart was going to help him. Whatever happened. So, I think as we read this book, we don't think Black Elk's a failure. In fact, we think Black Elk's done tremendously well with what he started with, the equipment he had, the situation he found himself in, and what he's left us all. So this is really quite a success story as far as his book is concerned. I failed. I was too weak to use it. If a holy tree that should have flourished in people's hearts with flowers, see, his vision is very sweet and touching. He's not an angry person in that sense, even though he's seen bad things. And it's now withered, and a people's dream died in the bloody snow. What's he talking about dying in the bloody snow?
Wounded Knee.
Well, Wounded Knee, what I told you about. Wounded Knee is the name. I don't have to write that on the board. You know how to spell Wounded Knee, K-N-E-E. This is where the final end of the ghost dance from the Messiah that he's going to describe at the end of this book took place, where the U.S. soldiers, black and white together, opened fire on the dancers and the people who were causing the dancing for whatever reason, and wiped them out basically, which ended the ghost dance, and as he's concerned, all hopes. But as I've been trying to say from the beginning, I think that the ghost dance was a forlorn hope to begin with, even though spiritually it was probably a invigorating thing, a positive thing, but that it was going to actually end up dancing the buffalo back to life, and all the dead back to life, and the white men away, probably wasn't going to happen with 100 million white men from Europe having come here in the 19th century. But if the vision was true and mighty, as I know it is true and mighty yet, you see, but I still have hope. because the vision was true and mighty, and it is still true yet. Such things are of the Spirit, and the eyes get lost. So I know it's a good thing what I'm going to do with you, Nyhart. So before we start, let's make an offering. Here, let's fill the sacred pipe here with the bark of red willow, and let's smoke it together. And now I'm going to explain this pipe to you. He has another book on the pipe, by the way, if you're interested in black.